you must be a good dancer if you, as a kid, started listening to Rapper's Delight.
A little something, Ellen. I got a little something.
Yeah.
I'm either like good with two limbs at a time. Like feet and legs are good, or like arms and maybe like a head movement. But it's connecting the whole thing that, you know what I'm saying?
Hit it, Tony. You know our next guest from his countless film roles as well as the hit drama Boston Public. Now you can see him on his new Fox sitcom, The War at Home. Take a look. Please welcome Michael Rapaport.
You know, I just realized that song, Rapper's Delight, I think it was made for me, Michael Rapaport. Rapper's Delight.
I didn't even think of that before, but now that you mention it, I'm sure it was.
There's some royalties I'm going to look to collect.
Well, you and with Rapper's Delight and me with Frito-Lay, we're going to make some money tonight.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I think it is. A hole in a chip.
Yeah, it was good that I came up with that and told you that before the show.
No, you didn't tell me that.
This is some audience. This is overwhelming.
I know, and that's what everybody says that comes out here. It's a good audience every single time. It makes you feel really good. You said, no, take it.
I was going to get the word.
Yeah, it's pretty far away.
I'm a little verklempt.
And so you said you were nervous when you walked out here,
Yes.
but you're doing a show in front of an audience, right?
Yes.
And doesn't that, don't you get used to that?
Freak me out every single time. I know I annoy the cast and the crew because I get overwhelmed with I implode. I get so nervous just about, people not laughing, not knowing my lines, just the whole thing just all going downhill. And I used to do stand-up comedy. And I never would get as nervous as, I don't know, but there was no cameras there. With stand-up comedy, you could go and especially at the Improv, little clubs like that.
Oh, all that mattered to me more. Yeah, it was because you're just by yourself with, I mean, do you remember any of your material you did?
That was the problem, Ellen.
You didn't have it.
There wasn't much.
Yeah.
That was the problem. So, yes, I mean, it was kind of I was young. I was, 19. I was a New Yorker. So it was just I'm from New York. And it was very a regional bit. You know what I mean? If I was in New York, it wouldn't work because everybody else was from New York. And if, I wasn't in a place where there were New Yorkers, let's say, anywhere besides Los Angeles, the bit was kind of slim. Because it was really I'm from New York and, screw everybody else kind of thing. And it kind of had a result like that.
Yeah, like that,
right there,
yeah.
It was a quiet routine, you know what I mean? It was like a
audience.
monologue kind of thing, and just, it was an empty sort of feeling at times.
But you don't feel that way when you do films. You don't get nervous with films at all.
Never at all. It's honestly, it's talk shows. I get nervous every single time, and I've done them for years. But the taping in front of the live audience, it's a good nervousness, but I mean, it's it just is...
Hyperventilating kind of thing. I used to get that, yeah.
Freak me out.
It does. It changes your rhythm and how you talk and everything. It starts sounding like Catherine Pepper and all of a sudden...
Exactly. And I'm starting to have those dreams, what if you don't remember your lines?
Oh, yeah.
Which is a horrible feeling.
Yeah. I always have it, it's the typical dream where you're not dressed and they're telling you have to go out and you're naked and you have to go out there.
Yeah. That would be even worse than not knowing my lines, Ellen, for me, because I don't think anybody wants to see that. They'd rather see some bad jokes than me naked.
And you and I both love music.
Yes.
You came out to that song, and I know that you kind of learned about music early on because your dad.
Yes. My father ran a radio station in New York. He was the general manager of a radio station in New York that was called WK2 Disco 92. It was the first station in New York City that played disco in the 70s, so it was a big deal. They had previously played mellow rock.
Wow, and then go to disco.
Yeah, and they went from the bottom of the ratings to the top. And Disco Dave, that's my father. And so he would bring home these records, like Rapper's Delight. And I was this 8-year-old white kid. And he's just this is the new song. It's, going to be a big hit. And cut to, last week, and I went home. I'm still playing. And he's he can't believe that he created this monster.
So you must be a good dancer if you, as a kid, started listening to Rapper's Delight.
A little something, Ellen. I got a little something.
Yeah.
I'm good, I'm either good with two limbs at a time. Feet and legs are good, or like arms and maybe like a head movement. But it's connecting the whole thing. That you know what I'm saying?
Hit it, Tony.
Let me see your hands. Oh, that's it. It's like I'm going to two-step it, but it's connected on the